Hello, friends. Good evening, all of you. Welcome back. I'm CA Meena Verma, and in today's session, we will be studying about new chapter 11, budgetary control. Now, if you will read this chapter, you will see that this chapter is from CA Inter, the same chapter we have studied in CA Inter. But now, how this chapter is different from whatever we have studied in CA Inter, how this chapter is different and how this chapter is strategically related, means we have studied that now in costing, we are taking decision related to costing strategically everywhere. You can see in every chapter, we are not just doing the numericals, and we are not just focusing on solving the questions, but we are taking decision, we are doing the analysis, evaluation, everything, and taking the decision for the business organization strategically. Now, why is this chapter is in our course? Because we know that standard costing and budgetary control, both of the chapters help us in controlling the cost. While in strategic cost management, we focused on reducing the cost strategically. Means we want to reduce the cost, but we want to increase the value for the customer. We want to remove all the non-valuated activities from the organization. Okay, and with the help of which, after removing the non-valuated activity, we can reduce the cost. We call it as reducing the cost. Okay, but chapter budgeting, chapter standard costing, these two chapters are related to controlling the cost. Okay, so why is this chapter in our syllabus? See, we have two sessions for this chapter. In first session, we will be studying about the traditional costing, which we have studied so far. Okay, what we have studied. Okay, and you don't need to do the numerical of your old syllabus, which you have done in your old syllabus. You don't need to do the numerical of old syllabus. Okay, and after one session, means I'll give one session to this introduction of budgetary control, and next session I'll tell you the next portion, how this in this chapter we will study about beyond budgeting, that we are going beyond what we have studied so far in budgeting. And that is why the name of the topic is beyond budgeting, going beyond what you have studied so far in budgeting. Okay, so you can see here that for this chapter I have two sessions. Okay, in one session we will be studying about this half of the chapter, what is budgetary control. Okay, what is feed forward, feedback control, feedback budgets and all. Okay, means we will study about traditional budgeting. Okay, and in next session we will be studying about beyond budgeting, going beyond whatever we have studied in budgetary control. And yes, while doing this chapter, keep remember, while doing this costing subject for your examination purpose, while you are doing studies for your examination purpose, don't do the numericals of budgetary control in whatever the numerical you have in your old syllabus. That will not going to help you, so don't do that numerical. Okay, now let us start with understanding budgetary control, which you have already studied in your CA Inter. Okay, so here you can see here we have a image which is related to budgetary control. Now let us understand the definition of budgetary control. Let us understand what is this, the concept budgetary control we have studied. Okay, so let us understand this concept. Budgetary control was defined by Brown and Howards. Defined this. It is a system of controlling the cost. Remember, they have written here word controlling cost. Control cost. Okay, not reducing cost. They have not mentioned you here related to so we have studied related to this budgetary control is related to controlling the cost. Okay, not reducing the cost. Okay, now what does this control cost includes? Okay, what does this includes? Preparation of budget. First step is to prepare the budget. Okay, develop a budget, prepare a budget. So the first step is to develop a budget. Okay, next, coordinating the department. Okay, the budget which you have prepared, coordinate this budget with the department you have in your organization. Then establish the responsibility of the people, those who are within your organization. Okay, okay. So the first step is to prepare the budget. Okay, first we prepare the budget, then we coordinate the budget which we have prepared with the people, those we have in our organization, the department we have in the organization. Then we assign the responsibility. See, this is your responsibility, this is your responsibility. So we assign the responsibility of the people in the various department of the organization. Okay, then what happened? See, you have prepared a budget. ठीक है, budget for the expenses and everything, you have prepared the budget. ठीक है, then while you were doing the business, actual expenditure arises in your organization. So after the actual performance in your organization, you will compare your actual performance with the budgeted one, right? Like your actual sale with the budgeted sale, your actual expenditure with the budgeted expenditure. So you compare your actual result, your actual performance with the budgeted performance. Okay, so you do this comparison. Okay, then you try to find out the difference, you analyze the difference between the actual performance and budgeted performance. Okay, you want to find out the reason why is this difference is arising here. Okay, you are trying to find out the reason. Then if there is, if there is adverse variances, you will try to find out the way to correct that. Okay, okay, so then you take corrective action. Okay, and then accordingly for the next year you modify your future plan. Okay, so this is how budgetary control works. Okay, and this is what we have so far studied in CA Inter, है ना? It's not a new concept. Okay, this is not a new concept for us. Okay, so budgetary control, see, this is what I have already told you, that in first session we will be discussing about traditional budgeting. Then in next session we will be studying about beyond budgeting, going beyond whatever we have studied in budgeting. Okay, we will study beyond that. Okay, so now here the topic, budgetary control is a systematic control. See, they are using the word control. Okay, not reducing the cost. Everywhere they are using the word control. So remember, there is difference between, I hope you have studied this in chapter 4, difference between cost control and cost reduction. So we are using the word control for the budgetary. Okay, not the word reduce. Okay, we are not using the word reduce here. Okay, ji. So budgetary control is a systematic control of an organization operation. You are systematically controlling the organization operation through establishment of standard. You are establishing some standard, and then some actual income or expenditure will arise. Then you continuously compare them, analyze the difference between them, then take corrective action. So same way they have defined the budgetary control. Okay, same way. Okay, so here we have two topics, feedback control and feed forward control, these two topics. Okay, before understanding, see, we have a lot of questions related to feed forward control and feedback control. Okay, so we will understand this topic in detail. Okay, but before that, let us understand the prerequisite of effective budgetary control. Okay, so what are the requirement for effective budgetary control? Setting the budget, then actual performance, comparing them, trying to find out the reason of the variances, then taking the corrective action, then preparing the future plan. So what are the requirement to make this budgetary control effective? So the first point, they are saying a serious attitude to the system is required. Okay, so everyone in the organization, seriousness of everyone, all the people within the organization, all the department, everyone, those who are working in the organization, their seriousness is important. Okay, Okay. Now the next point, clear definition between the area of managerial responsibility. So responsibility of every managerial should be there, है ना? Clear differentiation. See, this is your responsibility. This is your responsibility. Like every manager should know their responsibility. Okay. Then a reasonable budget target. So the target, whatever the target you have set for the budget should be reasonable. It should not be reasonable, unrealistic. Okay, it should be reasonable. Okay, it is, it should be like, it is easy to achieve. It's not like impossible kind of target. You should not keep an impossible kind of target. So reasonable budget target should be done. Okay. Next, establish the data collection, analyze and reporting technique. So we need this. Okay, we collect the data, we analyze and we prepare a report. So we for preparing this, for finding the reason of the variance and all, for this, okay, for finding the variances, why the difference in actual and budget are arising, why is this different is arising. For that we need to collect the data, we need to analyze the data, and we need to prepare a report. So data collection, analysis and reporting technique is very important here. Okay. Then report aim to individual manager rather than general. So whatever the report you are preparing here, it should aimed to some individual manager, not you are not preparing a report for general. Okay. Then fairly short reporting period, typically a month. Here the report which you prepare in budgetary control is for short period. Okay. Typically for a month you prepare a budget report. Okay. Then you need to report the variances, the whatever the variances are arising in the organization, you need to report them. Okay. Whatever the variances arises in the organization, because we want to improve that, है ना? So timely reporting of the variance is important. Okay. If budget out of control, then we need to take the action to improve the budget. Okay. So if we have budget out of control, we need to take action to improve them. These are the requirement for making your budgetary control an effective budgetary control. Okay. Okay. Now feedback. What is feedback and what is feed forward control? Okay. What is feedback and what is feed forward control? So I hope you all have this image, but before understanding this image, I want to take a particular page and I want to explain it with the help of that. Wait. First, I want to explain you, then we will study about it. Okay, I want to explain this to you. What is feedback and feed forward control? Yeah. Wait. What happened? Okay, I have this page here. Okay, see, we want to understand the difference between feedback control and feed forward control. Okay, so let us understand the difference between feedback control and feed forward control. First, though feedback control is explained first and feed forward control is explained later on, but I will take feed forward control first. And then I will take feed back control. First, I want to take feed forward control, then I will take feedback control. Now, let us understand what is the difference between feed forward control and feedback control and why I'm taking feed forward control first. See, what is feed forward control? In case of feed forward control, what we do, we prepare a budget. We prepare a budget first. We prepare a budget first. Then we forecast. See what I'm writing here. forecast the actual performance. ठीक है? First, we prepare the budget of performance, like what will be the sale, what will be the expenses, the cost. Okay. So first we prepare the budget. Then we forecast the actual performance. Means we are not taking the actual sale or actual expenditure, but we are forecasting. Remember, this word is very important here. We are forecasting the actual performance. And we will try to find out the variance here. Okay. And then we will try to find out the reason why is this variances is arising. We will try to find out the reason why these variances are arising. Then we will try to find out the way to improve them. Way to improve. This is what we do in feed forward control. Okay, so what we do in feed forward control, first we consider the budgeted performance, the budgeted sale, the budgeted expenditure. You will consider that. Okay, then you will forecast the actual performance. You will forecast that with such environment, like with such internal and external. See, I'm considering here the environment also. With such internal and external environment, what will be the actual performance? We are forecasting. This is not the actual performance. They are forecasting that, oh, there is strike by the farmers. So how the strike by the farmers will affect our business, our actual sale, our actual expenditure. Okay, so we are considering the environment and considering the internal and external environment. We are forecasting the actual performance for the organization, and then we are trying to find out the variance. Okay, then we are trying to find out the reason of these variances. Then we will try to find out the way to improve these variances. Okay, this is what we do in feed forward control. Okay, you can write this if you want to write it. Okay, this will help you to learn the concept. Okay, while what happened in case of feed forward control, in case of feed forward control, you consider the budgeted performance, then you consider the actual performance. So you consider the budgeted, then actually the sale or actually the expenditure arises in the organization. Then you consider the variances. Then you consider the reason why is these variances arises. Then you will try to find out the way to improve. Okay, so feed forward control is what? A proactive approach or a reactive approach? Tell me quickly. Feed forward control is a proactive approach or a reactive approach, or sorry, proactive approach or a corrective approach. Okay, or feedback control is a proactive approach or a corrective approach. Okay, tell me quickly. Tell me quickly. So see, this is a proactive approach, feed forward control. I want you to give me the answer since I didn't receive any answer. So I'm giving you answer. See, this feed forward control is a proactive approach. ठीक है. See, neither this budget, since here nothing has actually happened, you are preparing a budget. ठीक है. What will be the sale, what will be the expenditure, है ना? And neither the actual performance arises, means neither the actual sale or neither the actual expenditure arises. You are forecasting that with such internal and external environment, what will be the sale, what will be the expenditure, means what will be our actual performance, है ना? So this is a proactive approach. This is a proactive approach. No problem is actually taking place in this case. You have taken precautions, preventive measures, so that no problem will arise in future. ठीक है. Because of this, no problem will arise in future. ठीक है. I hope you understand here. We have taken a budget. We are forecasting that with such internal and external environment, what will be my actual performance. ठीक है. Actual sale is not arise. Actual expenditure is not arises. I'm forecasting my actual sale and actual expenditure. ठीक है. And then I will try to find out the variances. I will try to find out the reason of variances. Then I will try to find out the way to improve. ठीक है. So this is, it's a kind of preventive measures. Nothing has actually taken place. No problem is actually arises in the organization. ठीक है. We have taken a preventive measures for the business organization. While what happened in feedback control, what happened here in case of feedback control, we have prepared a budgeted performance, that what will be my sale, what will be my expenditure. We have prepared a budgeted performance. Okay, we have prepared this budgeted performance. Then we will perform our business operating activities. We will perform our business operation. After performing the business operation, actual performance will arise, means actual sale will arise, है ना? Actual expenditures will arise. ठीक है. So the variance will arise. This is the actual variances arises here. We are forecasting the variances, that with such condition the variance can arise this. ठीक है. But here actual variances will arise. Then we will try to find out the reason why is these variances arising and way to improve it. ठीक है जी. So this in this case, problem is actually arising. Problem is actually arising. And in this case, you are forecasting the problem. Oh, this problem could arise, and therefore we are taking preventive measures so that we can avoid this problem in future. ठीक है. So, but in case of feedback control, actual problem will arise and you will take corrective action to improve the situation for the business organization. So this is the difference between feed forward control and feedback control. I hope the difference between them is clear to all of you. I hope this difference is clear to all of you. Okay, I got the answer. So you are saying that, ma'am, feed forward control is a proactive approach. Feed back control is a reactive or a corrective approach. Corrective, you are doing the correction. Actually, the problem is arising because you have prepared a budget of performance that this will be my sale, this will be my expenditure. Then you start doing your business. Then you start performing your activity of business organization. After performing the activity of business organization, actual performance arises, means actual sale will come, actual expenditure will come. ठीक है. Actual performance will arise. Then you will see the variances. This is the actual variances arises in the organization. So you will find the reason why these variances are arising. So why is this problem is arising in the organization? Variances are problem. Why is this problem is arising in the organization? ठीक है. And then you will try to find out the way to improve, and you will take a corrective measures to improve the situation. I hope the picture is clear. The difference between feedback control and feed forward control. Very nice. Very nice. So I hope this difference is clear to all of you. I hope this difference is clear to all of you. Now let us read the topic which we have, okay, in our book, okay, so that we can learn the language of the book which we have in our book, okay. Okay, now feedback and feed forward control are two type of control scheme for a system, okay. So both are control scheme, okay, controlling the cost of the business organization, not reducing the cost, okay. They react automatically to changing the environmental dynamic. Feedback and feed forward control may coexist in the same system. So you can see, you can apply in the same business organization, you can apply the feed forward control, and with at the same time you can apply the feedback control. You can apply both the system, both the control system, okay, in the same organization, है ना? It is possible, ठीक है, applying both the things in for the same organization is possible, ठीक है, ठीक है. And each utilizes, each these feedback control system and feed forward control system both utilizes the sensor to measure, how to measure these things, ठीक है, and set of rules to react the changes of those factors. ठीक है. So how will you react means, so in case if there is any variances arises, how will you react, how will you respond, okay. So I hope you understand in both the situation how we react, okay. Okay, now let us understand this, okay. We have given here the definition of feedback control system, okay. Now according to SEMA terminology, this definition is given. Feedback control is a measurement of differences between the plan output and actual output achieved, okay. So this is what I hope you remember in case of feedback, but we have studied feed forward control first, so let me explain you the feed forward control first, okay. Though in our book feedback control is mentioned first and feed forward control is mentioned later on, but actually when we apply this in any organization, first we consider the feed forward control, then we consider the feedback control. So while you read this topic, it is good to read about the feed forward control first and read about the feedback control later on, है ना. Let us read about it first, ठीक है. See, the feed forward control is a controlling system to measure the amount of error before it actually taken place. So you can see here, you are measuring the error before it actually taken place in your organization. So what we have studied, in case of feed forward control, the problem here arising, the error, the problem or any variances is arising is a forecasted error. This is not the actual error. This is not the actual problem. This is not the actual variance. This is a forecasted error. This is a forecasted variances, okay. In case of feed forward control, the variance which you consider here, the error you consider here, the problem you consider here is a forecasted error, forecasted problem, forecasted variances, okay. So in case of feed forward control, it is a controlling system to measure the amount of the error before it actually taken place. So you can see this is a forecasted error. This is actually not taken place in any organization, but you are forecasting what error may arise in the organization. Okay, so feed forward control mechanism should be placed before error take place. See, remember, you can underline this point. Before the error actually arise in the organization, before the problem actually arise in the organization, before any variances actually arises in the organization, you are controlling the performance of the organization, you are controlling. Okay, so this is a mechanism you are applying in the organization before actually any problem or error or any variances actually arises, okay. So that is why it's a proactive or a preventive measure, okay. So accordingly, SEMA official terminology, it is defined as forecasting of difference between the actual and planned outcome and implementation of action before the event. Okay, before the event you are implementing this, means you are preparing the budget, then you are considering the actual result, actual performance. Okay, what the actual outcome may arise. Okay, and you are implementing action how to improve this. Okay, in case if there is any problem in any variances, how to improve this condition. You are doing everything before the event actually take place, before the problem actually arises, before the error variances actually arises, to avoid such difference, to avoid any kind of variances. Okay, so you are doing this before the problem is actually arising. Okay, in order to avoid, in order that no such situation in future will arise in the organization. Okay, no such situation will arise in the organization. So I hope the concept related to feed forward control is clear to all of you. I hope it is now you can understand this concept. Okay, tell me it is clear to you or not. I lost the page. It is clear to all of you? Quickly tell me, huh? Okay, now let us take one example of feed forward control. We have an example to understand this concept, but I hope the concept is very clear to all of you. It is clear to all of you, but still let us consider the example we have here. Okay, let us consider the example. Okay, the question which Ambika is asking me, whether we can apply budgetary control in pull system. Okay, so she is asking me, pull means what? If we are doing the production as and when we are receiving the demand, can we apply budgetary control? See, in this case, it is good to go for beyond budgeting, and that is why I don't want to give the answer, because right now you will not understand the answer. Okay, so Ambika, please ask me the same question after studying about the beyond budgeting concept. Then you can relate it. Okay, otherwise it is of no use. Even if I will explain, you will not understand it. Okay, so ask me the same question after understanding the concept of beyond budgeting. Okay, so now let us consider an example of feed forward control. Okay, we have an example. For example, let me read this example. I will give you another example of my own then. Okay, information of an industrial dispute in a state which was a major supplier of an important raw material would cause smart buyer to buy before the prices went up and their own inventory were exhausted. So let me explain this. Let me explain this. So I'm giving you an example of feed forward control. Okay, the example which we have here in our book. Example. For example, we know we have a state in our country. We know that we have a state in our country. For example, we have a state. I'm taking an example of UP, Uttar Pradesh, and no, I'm taking an example of Surat. I'm taking an example of Gujarat. Okay, for example, I know Gujarat is a producer of cotton. Okay, and I have a textile industry in Kanpur, UP. Okay, I have a textile industry. You know, I have a factory in which I prepare textile, and it is in UP, Kanpur. And I know that in Gujarat, there is some related to supply. Okay, so the boundary of the state is close. Okay, due to this dispute, the boundary is close, and that is why I know this is I'm anticipating that due to this dispute in future the boundary of the state may close, and if the boundary will close, I will not receive the supply of the cotton. for producing the goods in my textile factory. So in that case, I will buy this material in advance, and I will store them in warehouse in my factory, in somewhere in my state. Okay, so I will purchase this input in advance. Okay, advance. Why I'm doing this? In order to avoid the problem in future which I may face. Problem what? Problem of stock out. Stock out. Hana? In future, in case, actually if due to this dispute, this boundary of the state will close, then in that situation I will not be in a situation to receive my this inventory without interruption. Okay, that will be difficult for me. Okay, so in that case, if I will not receive the input, then what will happen? My production will stop. Okay, and ultimately if my production will get hampered, if my production will get disrupted, in that case the sale of the final product will also get disrupted. My sale will decrease, है ना? So in order to avoid this problem, ठीक है, which may arise, I'm taking a precautionary measure, preventive measure. This is feed forward control. ठीक है, problem is actually not arised. ठीक है, but we are taking a preventive action in order to avoid this situation in future. ठीक है. Similarly, I have one more example. ठीक है, a very live example with us nowadays. For example, if I have any factory in Delhi, for example, I have any factory in Delhi, and you know that farmers are doing strike. Farmers, 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 and all the farmers, they are moving toward Delhi, and that is why the boundary of our Delhi city is closed. Okay, for the farmers, they can't enter in the city, though they are doing their strike in the boundary of the state. Okay, so this has disrupted the supply of material from other state. For example, there are you know that we have Chandni Chowk market, and we have Gandhi market, where people sell the product in wholesale. Okay, and in these wholesale market, they receive the product from different state. For example, they receive the product like blanket, they receive the blanket from Haryana. Okay, from Haryana. Winter clothes, because it's a season of winter, we receive the clothes of winter from Punjab and Haryana. And if the bottom farmer, obviously the people in this wholesale market will not receive the product, and obviously because of which their sale will get it disrupted. Similarly, in case if there is any big any retail store and mall or anything else. For example, I'm not talking about mall because they have different supply chain, they have different supply chain management. Other small retailers, their sale will also get disrupted, है ना? So uh, in the same situation, they can use this feed forward control system, that they can consider that if this bill is passed, farmers may strike, and they may enter in Delhi, and such situation may arise in future, because the same situation arises for the people, those who are doing the business in India, in Delhi, when in previous year, for the month of December, when the act related to CAA was passed by the government. Okay, the same situation where arises for the these people, those who do these kind of business. Okay, so their business was get disrupted. Similarly, the same situation is arise during the month of December, and their businesses get disrupted because of this reason. Okay, so in such situation, these wholesaler or these retailer, they can create a stock of the goods for selling their product. Okay, because obviously if it is a season of winter and people need blankets, people need winter clothes. Okay, so considering the situation, they may create the stock. Okay, so this is how feed forward control can help the business organization. Okay, so this is an example we have related to feed forward control. Okay, Okay, so feed forward control is a preventive control. The problem is actually not yet arise. We are taking the action before the problem will actually arise. Okay, so it's a preventive control. Okay, so rationale behind this feed forward control is that you foresee the potential problem, that this in future this problem may arise, and that is why you are taking the corrective actions. है ना? In future this problem may arise, and before the problem will actually arise you will take the action to resolve that problem. ठीक है? To resolve that things. ठीक है? ठीक है? Now feed forward control allow management to prevent the problem rather than having to cure. So you are not curing the problem, means curing means the problem actually arise and then you are trying to find out the way to remove the problem. But in case of feed forward control, you are preventive the problem. You are adopting such method in order to prevent the problem, means problem will not at all arise. You are taking such action so that no problem will arise in your organization. ठीक है? While this process, implementation of feed forward control in your business organization is a costly method. This is not an cheaper method. It require cost. ठीक है? Implementation of feed forward control is required cost. ठीक है? Any manager who ignore this feed forward control will contribute downfall of a company. Example, like the people, those who are doing the business in Delhi, ठीक है? The wholesaler, if they have not apply this feed forward control, they know this is the month of winter, people will buy winter clothes, people will buy blankets, but in case if the farmer will close the boundary of Delhi, then they will not receive the product from Haryana or Punjab or from other state from where they receive the winter clothes or the blankets. Okay? So it is good to consider this feed forward control, and if you will ignore this feed forward control, then obviously your sale will get disrupted, your profitability, your growth will get disrupted. है ना? So I hope you understand why it is important for any organization. Okay? So I hope you understand why is this so important. Okay? Now next is, what are the limitation of feed forward control? Can you tell me any limitation? Can you tell me the limitation of feed forward control? Can you people tell me what is the limitation? See, it is good to implement this feed forward control. It is good to implement feed forward control, but now tell me what are the limitation? What are the limitation of implementation of this feed forward control? First limitation is, yes, it is costly. ठीक है? ठीक है, it is costly. Now, what are other limitation? Other limitation. See, estimating the future is not an easy task, है ना? People don't know that for example, people in Delhi, those who are actually working in Delhi, those who have wholesale shops in, this Gandhi market or Chandni Chowk, those who have wholesale market, they didn't expect that the farmer may disrupt the supply of their product. Might be possible. ठीक है? Forecasting such situation is not an easy task. ठीक है? Though you can see that some time before they have done Bharat Bandh. ठीक है? Obviously they were approaching to Delhi. ठीक है? But actually these activities are not good for business organization. ठीक है? If you are doing some kind of strike and you are blocking the roads, ठीक है? You are blocking the activities which is related to business, is not good for the country. ठीक है? Economically this is actually not good. ठीक है? That may affect the growth of the country also. ठीक है? So it is not good in that way. ठीक है? Okay, you can ask me other question. If you have any doubt in your mind, you can ask me. ठीक है? So estimating, first problem is that for feed forward control, you need to make an estimation. First, you were making an estimation. You were making an estimation of actual performance, actual sale or expenditure. Then you were forecasting the actual variance. You were forecasting the errors, problems. for the business organization. So making the estimation is not easy, especially if you are making the estimation for the future, okay, which is generally uncertain. Okay. Now, this problem of uncertainty is likely to limit application of the concept, since the forecast is not that easy. Yeah, forecasting the future is not easy, है ना? See, you can see that my subject, this our subject, strategic cost management and performance evaluation. In this subject, we are considering the internal environment, we are considering the external environment for taking the decision for our business organization. See, considering everything is not so easy task, and that is why I have already told you the subject is not that easy. Why is the subject is not that easy? Because now we are considering everything. We are considering the internal environment, we are considering the external environment, we are taking a big picture, and then we are taking decision, which is not an easy task, है ना? ठीक है. So this in case of feed forward control, you need to take this estimation, and for that you have to consider various tools for doing that, okay, which is generally not an easy task. And second point, you can write that it is a costly method to implement, है ना? I hope you understand feed forward control, and I hope you understand why we need to understand this feed forward control first. Okay, because it arises first in the organization. Now let us understand feedback control. What is feedback control? We prepare the budget of the performance, budget of the sale, budget of the cost. We prepare it first. Okay, then the actual performance arises. The actual sale will arise, the actual cost will arise, है ना? And you actually do your business, है ना? You do your various activity of your business organization. Okay, first you prepare the budget, then you start doing your business, you're doing all the activity of your business. Okay, then what happened? Then actually sale will arise, then actual cost will arise, then everything has done. You have created the budget, then you are recording the actual sale, actual cost. Okay, then you are trying to find out the variances, the error, the problem. Okay, why the sale has decreased, why the cost has increased. If there is any variances, you are recording them, and you are trying to find out the reason why it is arising, and then you are trying to find out the way to improve. This is all about feedback control. This is what written here. Okay, measurement of the difference between the plan output and actual output. Okay, and modification of subsequent action is required to achieve the future result. Okay, feedback control is an integral part of budgetary control and standard costing system. So I hope you understand feedback control. We implement this after a process is complete. Okay, when entire process is complete, you can implement feedback control. And now you can see here, when the process is complete, you have created the budget, then you perform all the actual activity of your business organization. After performing the activity, actually sale will arise, actual cost will arise, then you are trying to find out the variance. So when you do this feedback control after the process is complete, your process is complete, then you are doing this feedback control. When we do this feed forward control before the process is actually controlled, so at this place we do feed forward control, है ना? We do the feed forward control before the process actually take place. ठीक है? We do feed forward control at this place before the processes actually take place. And we do the feedback control here. Feedback control when the process has actually completed. So I hope you understand. Okay? So after the process is complete, you do this feed forward control. Okay? So this is post action control. Okay? This is a post action control. If any problem is identified, any variances, any error or any problem is identified after the process is complete, you take corrective action to rectify the problem. Okay? So feedback control provide information only after the process is complete. See, you are doing this only when the process is complete. Okay. And since the process is complete, it might be possible that some significant time has lost. Okay. See, it is good to take the action immediately. It is good to resolve the problem immediately. It is good to resolve the error immediately. It is good to take corrective action immediately. Instead, see, you have created the budget, then the actual expenditure sale arises, then you are waiting that you will get the record of budget and actual. The significant time will lost, time for making the improvement have lost. Okay. And after losing some time, you are doing, oh, you are finding the reason, oh, we have this problem in our organization, we have this error, now let us find out the way to improve it. Okay. So we lost some time in between, okay, which is actually not good. Okay. So this is feedback control, as the name suggests, is a reaction after an action, reactive approach, corrective approach. Okay, you are doing the correction after the process is complete. You are reacting after the process is complete. Okay, so this is a reaction after the action has complete, after the action has taken place. Okay, and there has to be an error if you want to take corrective action. Obviously, if you want, you will correct the error. So there should be some error, there should be some variances, there should be some problem for which you are taking the corrective action. I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay, I hope it is clear to all of you. First, let us consider this. If you have any doubt, please ask me. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. You have any doubt? Do you have any doubt? Do you have any doubt? You can ask me. I'm waiting. In case if you have any doubt, otherwise we will do this topic. This primary feedback control system, secondary feedback control system, negative feedback control system, and positive feedback control system. We have these topics. Let us understand what are these topics. We have these topic, primary feedback control system. Let us understand them one by one. Let us understand them one by one. Sorry. Let us understand what is primary feed-forward control system. Let us understand them one by one. I need space, so I'm deleting it so that we can understand this. Wait. Okay, now let us understand what is primary feedback control system. Let us first read it. Okay, I hope you know the meaning of a different management level. I have taken the picture somewhere. Okay, leave. See, wait. Yeah. See, for example, I'm creating an organization structure. I'm trying to create an organization structure. This is my organization. This is the top level. Top level. Okay. This is the mid level of the organization, middle level, mid level. And this is the operation level. Okay. Or line management. You take the strategic decision here. I hope you have studied this in chapter 8. ठीक है, and you do all the operation or the performance here. Generally the directors are sitting at this place. Director, board of directors are sitting at this place, and generally the people, those who are actually doing the work, are sitting here. Now see what is, I hope this is clear or not, because this is the topic which you have studied in your, this topic you have studied in your this topic you have studied in your chapter 8. In chapter 8, that at this place we have the top level management, and at this level we have the operating level. Okay, top management level, who sit in top management level? The president, chairman, okay, directors, all of them, they sit in top level management, and they take strategic decision for the business organization. Okay, improving the organization strategically, taking such decision, planning and all. uh, these all things are done at top level management, while the people, those who are actually performing the activity, are sitting here. They are operation level management. Okay, now let us understand. For example, let us understand uh, primary feedback control system. What is this primary feedback control system? This is a system where control is reported to a line management in the form of control report comparing the actual and budgeted performance. Okay, so you can see here, what you can see here, that the variances arises at this place. Okay, the problem is arises at this place. Okay, and they report this problem not to the top level management but the line management, the manager, those who are responsible for the work here, line manager. Okay, this is the problem which is faced by the people, those who are actually working with machines, those who are actually working. And in case while they were doing their work, in case if they receive any kind of problem, error or variances, they prepare the control report, this feedback control report, and they send this feedback control report to the line manager. Okay, and this variances, this error, this problem will be corrected easily at this level itself. Line manager problem will resolve this issue, will resolve this problem, will resolve this error at his own, at this place. Okay, operational level, he will resolve it. Okay, so this person will resolve the problem. Okay, so this is about primary feedback control system. Okay, so primary feedback control system is a system where control is reported to line management. Okay, in the form of control report. They prepare the control report, they compare the actual with the budgeted performance, they find the error, problem or the variances, error or variances. Okay, and they report this problem, error, variances to line manager. Okay, and they will try to find out the way to improve this. Okay, and here whatever the problem arises, they do not report this problem to the top management level. Okay, they resolve this problem at their own level. Okay, they resolve this problem at their own level. They resolve it at their own level. So this is how they work. Okay, so I hope this primary feedback control is clear to all of you. I hope this is clear to all of you. If you have any doubt related to this primary feedback control, you can tell me. Okay, I don't think that there will be any doubt. Okay, next page. Yes. Now let us consider the second feedback control. Secondary feedback control. We have considered the primary feedback control. Now let us consider the secondary feedback control system. Now let us again consider the hierarchy. Okay, this is, we have the top level management at this place, and we have the mid level management at this place, and we have operational level management at this place. Okay, so what is secondary feedback control system? Where feedback is sent to higher level in an organization and can lead to plan being reviewed and possibly change the plan. So in case while doing any activity, any problem arises here, problem arises at this place, or any problem arises at this place, since what happens generally in case of primary feedback control system, if in case any problem arises at this place, they try to resolve the issue. They inform it. Any problem arises at this place, they inform it to the line manager, and this line manager will resolve the issue. Okay, and there is no need to inform this problem to high level management, to the top level management. While in case of secondary feedback control, any problem which arises at the operation level or at the mid level, these line managers are not in a position to resolve that problem. They're not in a position to resolve the problem. And for that, it is need, since at this place they prepare the strategic plan for the business organization. Okay, and generally here you do operational planning, means how to perform the activities. All such planning are done at this place. So in case if any problem is related to operational planning, you can resolve it at this place itself. But if there is any problem which is arising because of the strategic plan, so the manager at these places will not resolve such. They are not in a position to resolve that problem, and therefore it is need to report this problem to the top level management, so that that problem will be resolved by the people, those who are sitting in top level management. Okay, and it might be possible that there is need to change the strategic planning of the business organization. There is need to change the strategic planning or other plan of the business organization. Okay, so this is about secondary feedback control. I hope the secondary feedback control is clear to all of you. In case if you have any doubt related to primary or secondary feedback control, please tell me. Okay, the main difference between the primary and secondary level feedback is that in case of primary feedback control, if any problem arises at the place where the people are actually working, okay, people are actually doing the work, the problem arises at that place. Okay, and such problem, see, if it is related to operational activity, such problem can be resolved by the line manager, the manager who are responsible for this level. They can resolve that problem. Okay, so this will come under primary feedback control system. But in case if there is any problem, error or variances arises at operational or mid level, which cannot be resolved by the line manager. Why this problem cannot be resolved by the line manager? Because such problem is not related to operational activities, it is related to the planning. Your planning was not correct, because of which the problem is arising. And for that, since your strategic planning is not good, your planning is not good, and that is why we need to inform to the top level management. There is need to inform this thing to the top level management. I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay, I hope it is clear to all of you the difference between the primary and the secondary feedback control system. I hope it is clear to all of you. Now let us consider the negative feedback control and the negative and the positive feedback control. In case if you have doubt Up to this place, you can ask me. If you have any doubt, you want to ask anything, you can ask me. In case if you want to ask me anything, whatever comes in your mind, you can ask me, no problem. Okay. So in case if you want to ask me anything, you can ask me. Okay, now let us consider the negative feedback control and positive feedback control. Negative feedback control, let us consider this. Feedback taken to reverse a deviation from the standard you have set for the organization, and you want to reverse the standard, means the standard is not good and you want to reverse the actual standard which you have set for the organization. है ना? Standard, you want to reverse the standard, like I have considered that for producing one good I need this quantity of raw material, this labor hour and all. The standard is not good and I want to reverse it. ठीक है? It will come under negative feedback control. ठीक है? Amending the input which you have considered here, that standard, I want to produce one finished good, I want to produce one camera, one finished good. For producing one finished good I need all these raw material, but the standard is not good and that is why I want to change the standard. ठीक है? This will come under negative feedback control. ठीक है? And in this I need to improve the input or the process which I have at this place. Okay, so I need to change it. Okay, so this is negative feed forward control. In case you have any doubt, you can ask me. I'm expecting in case if you have any doubt. See, okay, so there is a query from Ambika, and she's asking me, is the line manager are given sufficient authority to solve the problem? Obviously not. See, you can see here the people at the top level, they have highest authority, and the people, those who are in line management, they have less authority. And actually no, I will say this hierarchy structure is actually not good. You can see here in case of feedback feed forward, you can see the hierarchy structure. We are talking about the hierarchy structure here, but we will study this in next session. Beyond budgeting, we will study this hierarchy structure is actually not good for the organization. Means a person is in top level and a person is working in operating level is actually not good. We need a teamwork, and that is why you will study in next session that this hierarchy structure is actually not good. You have given some people the most of the power is within some 1-2% have all the power, and other people have the power to work, okay, to resolve the issues, okay, which is actually not good now. So you can see this is a centralized system, hierarchy structure, not a good structure. And we will study about later on beyond budgeting. This is budgeting, we are studying this budgeting, traditional costing, okay, and we will study in strategic costing, a part of beyond budgeting. We will study there that this hierarchy system is actually not good. Okay, so obviously feed forward, feedback, everything will be irrelevant then. In case if this structure is not good, then the entire concept is not relevant then. Okay, so you can see how there is transformation from budgetary control to beyond budgetary. For that, first we need to understand what is budgetary control, so that we can find the flaws what we have here. Okay, though I'm explaining you the benefit also in budgetary control, but we will study about the flaws which we have here in budgetary control, so that we can improve that in beyond budgeting. Okay, so the question asked by Ambika, very nice. Now see here, what is, I hope you understand negative feedback. Now let us understand what is positive feedback control. Now let us consider positive feedback control. Positive feedback control, this is the place of strengthening the standards you have set. Standard. Okay, standard means how many raw material is required to produce a finished good, the labor required to produce finished good, variable overheads required to produce a finished good. In case of negative feedback, we were discussing that the standard is not good and you want to reverse the standard. This is a negative feedback control. Okay, this is a negative. The standard is not good, and that is why you want to reverse it. And this is negative feedback control. While if you want to strengthen this place, this raw material, labor, or input you have, you want to strengthen this standards. Okay, you have set here. This will come under positive feedback control system. Okay, so we don't need to alter the inputs we have or the process we have at this place. We want to strengthen this place. Okay, the standard is good and we want to maintain it. In that case, that will come under positive feedback control. And if we are considering, oh, this standard is not good and we want to reverse it, then that will come under negative feedback control system. Example, can you give me example of negative feedback? Yes, for example, if we are doing the setup of the machine and we are doing the production, gradually the setup time changes. Initially, for example, setup time was less, then we do the production. Next time it increases, next time it increases more. So in this way, while you are doing the production, setup time may change. So we want to reverse it to the initial position. Okay, so in that case, that thing will come under negative feedback control system. Okay, I hope the concept is clear. I hope the concept related to feedback control system is clear. I hope the negative feedback, positive feedback, primary feedback, and secondary feedback concept is clear to all of you. Okay, I hope these concepts are clear to all of you. Now let us find the limitation we have of feedback control system. What is the limitation? See, what you are doing here, you're trying to find out the error or the problem or the variances. You want to find it. Okay, but the time you find these errors, okay, you detect the error, you confirm the error, then you want to you want to take the action to reverse it. In those time, your actual result may change. Okay, see, this is my budget, this is my actual result, and since there is variance, this problem, I want to improve it. But the time you take action, to improve the situation, this actual performance change. And if this actual performance will change, obviously the variance will change. So it's of no use to take this action because the variance has changed. So you have to change your action accordingly. So this is not good to implement now. In that way, it is not good to implement. So you can see the limitation of feedback control system. It's a limitation. I hope it is clear to all of you. Since I'm speaking a lot and we are not doing any numerical, I hope the concept is clear. Please tell me clear. Please tell me the concept is clear or not. So that in case if it is not clear, I will repeat the topic. And if it is clear, we will proceed to the next topic. Tell me quickly the concept is clear or not. Tell me quickly. Clear or not? Feedback control system is clear. Feed forward control system is clear. Primary, secondary, negative, positive feedback control system is clear. Everything is clear. Shall we proceed? Shall we proceed? Quickly tell me. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to respond. Quickly tell me. Okay. I hope it is all clear. Okay. It's all clear. Now let us understand what the next topic, management control report. No, now after doing this feedback control and feed forward control, we need to prepare a report. Now let us understand what is this management control report. Let us understand this. So control report is what? Management control report is what? This management control is required to set performance measure to determine whether the desired objective of the company are being achieved or not. Okay, so this is management control is a performance measure. You are measuring the performance in order to ensure whether you have achieved the objective or not, whether you have improved the situation, whether you have removed the errors and problem or not. Okay, in order to ensure that you have improved the situation, you have removed the error, you have improved the problems, okay, or not. In order to considering that, you have to measure the performance of, and it will come under management control. Okay. Now they are saying this control happen in every stage. Now see, before the activity start before the activity actually start, the activity actually start, and the actually after this activity actually end, after before, after, and during the performance. Okay. So this is my process of business organization. For example, this is my process of business organization. This is the process of business organization. So before the process actually begin, we do feed forward control. After the process actually end, we do feedback control. So at this place we prepare a report, at this place we prepare a report. Okay. So the control is required every stage, before the process, after the process, and during the process also. Okay. So you do this control process before the activity actually commence, during the performance of the activity, and after the activity actually end. You do this control process every time, before, during, and after. So before the activity actually perform, this business is actually perform, before the activity actually perform, you do feed forward control and you prepare the report for feed forward control. After this activity is performed, after you have done this business, you prepare a feedback control report. And during this process, you prepare a concurrent report. You prepare here a concurrent report. During the process is performed, you also prepare the report, and that report is a concurrent report. I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay. So we have this, we have information related to the report, feed forward report and feedback report. Both type of report, we have information related to that. I'm considering these points at this place so that we can compare them also easily. Okay. So this is just a revision. Okay. We don't have many topic in this chapter, so I'm going slow. Okay. We don't have much topic in this chapter. Now let us see again feedback control and feed forward control. What is the difference between feedback control and feed forward control? We know the difference, we know the meaning of the feedback control and feed forward control. Feed forward control, you prepare a budget, you forecast the actual performance, compare them, consider the error, variance, or problem, try to find out the way to resolve it. This will all come under feed forward control. In case of feedback control, you consider the budget, then actual performance will come. You do the activity of the business organization, actual performance will come, actual sale or actual expenditure will come. Then you will find the variance, problem, or error, and you will find out the way to remove them. This is what we have studied since 1 hour. We are studying this. Okay. Now the next, feedback system, compare the actual. See, I will not again consider. These are the topic which we are reading many times. Okay. Now source of information. For feed forward control, see, this is what I have we have already discussed, that in case of feed forward control system, you consider the forecasted actual performance. The performance is actually not taken place, the sale is actually not arises, the error expenditures are actually not arises, you are forecasting the actual performance. And for that you need to consider external environment also. Means you consider the internal environment obviously, but you consider the external environment also. ठीक है. However, in case of feedback control system, you consider just internal environment. You consider the budgeted and actual information, and you can find the differences, variances, or problem. ठीक है. Now, this is a corrective control. This is a preventive control. Discuss. This is what we have discussed many times. ठीक है. These point I want to consider it. Happening of error. ठीक है. In case, see, we are considering error, problem, or variance. ठीक है. So in case of, I will consider the feed forward first. ठीक है. It involves measuring the amount of error. Error includes variances and problems. So you measure the error, variances, or problem before actually taking place. So here, problem is actually not taking place. Error is actually not arises. ठीक है. Variances is actually not arises. We are forecasting the error. This error may arise, and we are trying to find out to remove them. ठीक है. We are placing the control to remove them, so that they will not arise in the organization in future. ठीक है. So this is the point we have in feed forward control. While in feedback control, the problem is actually arised in the organization, and you are taking the corrective measures. ठीक है. What are the advantage of feed forward control? Error, you find the error before they arise in the organization. ठीक है. And this will help you to eliminate the inefficiencies, defect, error, everything from the organization. And feedback control, what are the advantage? It is easy to implement it, since you know that feed forward control is costly to implement. ठीक है. So feedback control is easy and simple to implement, and it does not involve much investment. Not much cost is required here at this place. ठीक है. What are the limitation? It is only effective the error detection system. ठीक है. And you can see that feed forward, it is costly. ठीक है. So we have already also discussed this limitation. Let us discuss this management control report. Be in standardized format. This management control report, in case of feedback system, it should be in standardized format, disclose the variances. ठीक है. And this will help you to disclose the trend and relationship, and it will help you to accomplishment and responsibility of the people in the organization, and extracted promptly. You can easily identify it. ठीक है. You don't need to forecast, and therefore it is very easy to identify it. ठीक है. So these are the feedback management control report. These are the guidelines for them. Okay. What are the guidelines for feed forward control system? Thorough planning and analysis is required. Why? Because you are forecasting. Okay. Therefore, thorough planning and analysis is required. Okay. Careful discrimination must be applied. Okay. In selecting the input variables. Okay. And this should be dynamic, because you know that you are forecasting the situation, and since if the internal and external environment will change, your forecast will change. So all of these things you will consider. And a model of control system should be developed. You will develop a control system. Okay. You will consider the input variable regularly. Okay. And you collect them regularly, you assess them regularly. Okay. So these are the difference of feedback control system and feed forward control system. I hope the concept is clear to all of you. Now I'm giving you a question related to this. We have a question related to this, and I want all of you to please read this question. Sorry, this is not the question. Where is the question? Yeah. So we have this question, and I want all of you to please read this question. I'm giving you time to read this question. Read this question. This is a question which is related to feed forward and feedback control. And if you see the revision test paper, if you see the question paper, you can see that many of the questions are there in your revision test paper. Many of the questions are there in your examination question from this feed forward and feed forward control system. So I think this concept is important for us. Okay. I want all of you to read this question and tell me if you have done the reading of this question. Okay, read it. Okay, I want all of you to please read it. I'm giving you 2-3 minutes to please read it carefully. Okay, and I want all of you to give me the solution. Okay, we will discuss the solution, and I want all of you to tell me how will you write the answer of this question in examination, if such question will come in examination, because I'm repeating it again. Same question has come in your revision test paper and in your examination also. So you can see that the topic is important for us, okay, for examination point of view. Please read it. Stop video. Wait. Read this question and tell me how to write the answer. Read this question and tell me how to write the answer. Read this question and tell me how to write the answer. Now let us discuss this. Let us see how to write the answer in case if question from this topic will come in examination. EW Partner, a leading strategic and management consulting firm, is preparing its budget for the year 31st March 2021. Okay? They're preparing their budget. ठीक है, for year 2021. See, remember, first session is for traditional budgeting and second session is for beyond budgeting. Means we will study that what are the new concept and why we should go beyond what we have studied in budgeting. Okay. Okay. Now, this question, EW Partner, a leading strategy and management consulting firm, is preparing its budget, ठीक है, for the year 31st March 2021. ठीक है, one of partner W is concerned about liquidity. One of the partner is concerned about the liquidity. He argued that a firm with adequate liquidity, he argued that a firm with adequate liquidity has less risk of being unable to meet their liability than an illiquid firm. I hope you understand what is the meaning of liquidity. Liquidity means having adequate cash. है ना? I hope you know the meaning of liquidity, or you all are CA final students. So I hope you understand it means that having adequate cash. Okay. So one of the partners saying that if you have adequate cash in your organization, okay, adequate liquidity, that situation will be less risk to meet the liability. If you have cash, you can immediately pay your liability. है ना? So if you have your liquidity, you know, you can, in case of if any creditor will come, you can immediately pay. So it is easy to make the payment. It is easy to pay or meet your liabilities if you have adequate liquidity. Okay. So this is one of the partners saying. Okay. Now, where a firm has adequate liquidity, there is also possibility to enrich profitability. Now they are saying that this will help you to increase the profitability also. Why? Because if you have the cash, your liability immediately, and therefore you don't need to incur the you don't have to increase your loan or that kind of overdraft on which you have to pay interest. So this way, if you have enough cash in your organization, if your liquidity position is good, then that will help you to increase the interest income and reduce the interest expenses. है ना? Because if you have enough cash, your liability will decrease, and if the liability will decrease, obviously the interest on that liability will decrease. Okay, you don't need to pay the interest. Instead, you will increase your interest income. This is what he is saying. Okay. Together with the greater financial flexibility to negotiate enhanced terms with supplier and financiers or participate in new business opportunity. And they're saying that this will help you. I hope I'm visible. I'm visible, yeah. So what else they are saying? They're saying that together with greater financial flexibility, this will help you financial flexibility to negotiate with the supplier and the financiers. Okay? And this will help you to create new business opportunity for your business organization. Accordingly, he desired to reduce the cash credit to zero. He is saying that try to reduce your cash credit, try to reduce the cash credit of the firm to zero, and to have a positive cash balance. Try to maintain positive cash balance for the organization. This is what they are saying. Okay. And now they are saying compare and contrast the feed forward control and feedback control in context to the above information. How will you apply feed forward control? How will you apply feedback control system at this place? Do you want to give me answer? Do you want to give me answer? See, okay, Ambika is saying that, ma'am, for liquidity position, for in case if you want to have a good liquidity position, it is good to apply feed forward control system. See, Ambika, If you compare them, it is good to have feed forward control system, but we can apply this feed forward control and feedback control system together in the business organization. Instead, we can apply the three methods: feed forward control, concurrent, and feedback control system, all the things together. So now let us see how to write the answer. Okay. First, give them the answer, give them the definition. Tell them what is the feed forward control system. In case of feed forward, you prepare the budget, you consider, find the forecasted actual performance. You forecast the actual performance. Then you find the variance at this place and you try to find out the way to improve this variances. Okay. First, explain them what is this feed forward control system is. Okay. Tell them. Okay. All these things. Tell them. This is feed forward control. Okay. This will help you to forecast the problem in advance, though there is no problem. But if you will apply feed forward, this will help you to forecast the error in advance, and then you will try to find out the way to find out the way not to have such problem in future in the organization. Okay, so you are trying to remove the error or the problem before it actually arises in the business organization, है ना? So what are the expectation in future? They have the expectation, they want to create the cash credit to zero, and they want to create a cash balance of this amount. Okay, so to achieve this expectation, cash budget will be prepared. You need, now this is something new here, cash budget. Okay, budget, you can see here what is their actual requirement in order to resolve. This is the problem they have. Okay, so in order to resolve it, they have the solution. They want to create the cash credit to zero, and they want to create a cash balance of 1,45,000. And for that, you need to consider the cash budget, obviously. है ना? You need to consider the cash budget, and that is why they are talking about it, that you need to consider the cash budget. For that, cash budget will help you to, that will help you to tell that yes, we have this cash credit as zero now, and the cash balance is this. Okay, that will help you. You can find it with the help of cash budget. Okay, so to achieve the above expectation, you need a cash budget. So that the firm can easily identify and the firm can easily anticipate the cash balance for each month. Okay, if you have a cash budget, you anticipate the cash balance for each month. Okay, this can then be compared to the firm's expectation. Okay, so in this way you can consider the budgets, then you can consider the forecasted actual result. Okay, you can consider this cash budget, then you can consider the forecasted actual result, compare them, find the way, in case if any error will arise, find the way to improve that. This will all comes under feed forward control. Okay, this will all come under feed forward control. What you can write in feed forward control, you can write that what will we do first in solution, how to write the answer in solution, how to write. First, write what is feed forward control. Write about it. Okay, the definition, write it. Then see the entire problem, this problem in this entire question, for the entire problem you have the solution. What solution? You want to cash credit, you want to consider this as zero, and you want to create a cash balance. है ना? So for that, how can you check this cash credit is zero and you have a cash balance of 1,40,000 something? For that, you need to consider a cash budget. Okay, so you have the budget now, you have this cash budget, and you will consider the forecasted actual performance in case if there is any problem, find why is this problem is arising and try to find out the way to improve them. This will all come under feed forward control, and you can write out about it in feed forward control. Okay, so this is what they have already written in feed forward control. ठीक है. And what will come under feedback control? See, it is very easy to write about feedback control. Why? Because you consider the budget, then you perform the activity of the organization, then the actual result, actual performance will arise, and you will consider the variances. Means the problem is actually arising here. Okay, and you are trying to find out the way to improve them. So you can write about it at this place. Okay. Okay, and accordingly you can write the conclusion. Feed forward control attempt to take a corrective action before the error actually arises, and feedback is a method to take corrective action when the problem is actually arises and you are taking the action to remove them, है ना? So in this way you can write the answer of this. Okay, so you can see this topic is important, and you have the question in revision test paper, in your past examination also you have the question related to this topic. Okay, so I hope you understand that the topic is important for us. Okay. The topic is important for us. I hope you understand. Now let us consider the next topic, behavioral aspects of budgetary control. See, again, we are studying about traditional budgeting control system, which is not a good system, है ना? That is why we will understand beyond budgeting. Okay? So now let us understand behavioral aspect of budgetary control. Okay? So we have some point, and I want all of you to write these point in your book. Somewhere in your book, please write this point. You don't have this picture in your book, so I expect all of you to write it. Write this. Okay? Write this. Now let us understand. See, there are some problem in applying budgetary control, and they are talking about those problems which they actually face while they are performing, they are they are implementing this budgetary control. What are the problems they face during implementation of this budgetary control? See, on one side they are saying that after implementation of budgetary control, they are evaluating the performance of the manager. They are evaluating. On one side they are evaluating the performance of the manager, and on the other side they are motivating the performance of they are motivating the manager, which is generally contradict to each other. These 2 points are contradict. On one side, see, if you want to motivate someone, it is not good to evaluate that person. Okay? If you want to motivate someone, if I, for example, I want to motivate someone, then I don't need to evaluate. But you can see here on one side, after implementation of budgetary control, on one side you are evaluating the performance of the manager, and on the other side you are motivating the manager. So these are the points which are contradict to each other. Okay? So therefore they are saying, therefore the manager is not, therefore even if manager are not involved in the process, manager may find the budget too challenging. So it's a contradictory point for the manager, and therefore manager consider that implementation of budgetary control is a challenging, it's a challenge. Okay? And therefore this reduces the efforts of the manager. Okay? This reduces the efforts of the manager. So you can see here there is a contradiction. Again, one more contradiction. Write it in this way. Again, a contradiction. On one side, we consider the organizational goal, and on the other side, budgetary control. See, budgetary control. In budgetary control, our goal is financial goal. So these two goals are again a contradictory goal. How a contradictory goal? Because organizational goal is always long term. My organization want to survive in long term. है ना? We want to become a profitable organization, and we want to run our business in long term. So on one side, I'm considering my organizational goal, which is a long term goal. And on the other side, I'm considering the financial goal. No, we should focus on our financial goal. Means we want profit, hai na? We want to increase the revenue, we want to reduce the cost, which is a short term goal. And though we have studied this in strategic cost management, sometime we have to sacrifice the short term goal in order to get our long term goal. This is what we have studied. Sometimes we have to sacrifice the short term goals. But here in budgetary control, they are saying try to achieve the organizational goal, not the short term goal. So on one side, we want budget to act as a way to communicating organizational goal. Means we want to become a long term, we want to achieve a long term goal. Okay? But on the other side, the budget themselves distort the goal as they are very short term. Why? Because they are focusing on financial goal. Okay? So here, see, reduction word is not good to use here. Here, in case of budgetary control, you focus on controlling the cost. You're focusing here, your focus is to control the cost, not to increase the value for customer. We have studied this in strategic cost management. It is important to improve the value for the customer. It is important to improve the quality of the goods or services which you are delivering to the customer. It is important to improve the quality, है ना? It is important to consider other factors like you should deliver the product on time, ठीक है, and other things, ठीक है, which you are ignoring in which budgetary control. You're just focusing on achieving the financial goal, want to increase the sale, want to decrease the cost, that's it. But you're not considering that. Like we have studied in strategic cost management, we want to reduce the cost, but strategically means reducing the cost, but also improving the value for the customer, improving the quality for the customer. Value is a big term, okay? Value includes everything, okay? We want to improve the value for the customer, okay? So it's a contradict point, okay? Please write it in this way. This will help you to remember the topic. Next, behavioral aspect of budgetary control. In case if you have doubt, you can ask me simultaneously. In case you have doubt, you can ask me. Okay, now the next. Budget is framed to act as plan for manager, section or division. ठीक है? We prepare the budget for the manager, है ना? ठीक है? Division, section and all. ठीक है? So we prepare this. But while preparing the budget, we do not consider the critical success factor of the business organization, okay, which arises from the internal and external environment. We do not consider the critical success factor, and therefore, again, it's a contradictory point, not a good point. Okay, okay. Now next is the same thing. Many of the conflict arises due to human nature of budgetary control. The nature of budgetary control is what? Many of the conflict in the organization will arise. Why? Because manager do not always follow organizational goal. Manager always don't consider long-term vision, long-term, because we have studied in this new syllabus that we want to have a long-term vision, long-term. We have to consider the long-term goal. We have to consider not just the financial, but non-financial things also. है ना, which generally they don't consider in budgetary control. They don't consider the non-financial terms. They don't consider, sometimes the manager don't consider the non-financial terms, budgetary, they don't consider this organizational long-term goals. Okay, I hope I'm visible. Okay. They do not always think long-term. The manager, they don't always think long-term. Okay. Because all managers, see, all the manager, they want to increase the performance of their own division or own department. Why? Because the performance of the manager, the financial performance, on the basis of the financial performance, the manager get incentives, bonus, commission. Okay. So because of which they want to improve their performance, and they focus more on financial perspective, financial goals, not the organizational goal. ठीक है? So that is why the conflict arises, because we don't want to consider, we don't want that managers should consider only financial goals. We want, instead we want to consider the long term goals, long term perception. We want to consider the non financial factors also, which generally manager don't consider, because because performance measure on the basis of financial factors, like financially if the sale will increase, cost will decrease, this will increase, this will increase the financial performance of the manager, and on the basis of which this manager will get the bonus incentive, है ना? So obviously manager want to achieve this bonus and incentive, which is actually not good for the overall organization. And that is why you can see this is a limitation of traditional budgeting, not a good system. And that is why we will study in next session, we will study about beyond budgeting. I hope it is clear to all of you why we should need to, why there is need to consider this beyond budgeting. Okay. You want to ask any doubt, you can ask me. Any doubt? Otherwise, we have a next topic which is related to budget slack. You have any doubt? Is there any doubt? Say yes or no. Do you want me to proceed to the next topic? You want me to proceed to the next topic? Quickly tell me. Otherwise, I will not teach the next topic. Okay, this picture is not clear. Is this picture is clear? The picture I have taken here. Is this picture is clear, since we have applied some, some effects in this video. So that is why I think the color of the picture has changed. Let me see. Okay, now let us see what is budget slack. Let me explain you this budget slack. I think you don't have any doubt. In case if you have any doubt, okay, no doubt. Thank you. Okay, now let us understand the next topic, budget slack. It's a very important topic. See, why it is not good to use this budgetary control, because this budgetary control it influence to have a let us understand the budget control. Wait, there is some problem. Wait. Okay, now let us understand this budget slack. Yeah, this budget slack. This is the most. This is, I will say, a limitation of using budgetary control. Using the budgetary control, budget slack. It is chances of introduction of budget slack. It increases. Why? Why? Chances of introduction of budget slack increases a lot. Even if the sale is not increasing, they can show that they have good, they have reduced the variances and they have good financial performance. I hope you understand. The manager, this they do ethically, है ना? This is good. This is a good practice. Follow such business strategies so that the actual sale may increase. The actual sale increases so that the actual expenditure increases. Follow such strategy. On the other hand, it is in the hand of manager. They follow such, this is actually not good practice. This is not good practice. It is, since the manager is preparing the budget, they can reduce the budget sale, they can reduce they can increase this budgeted expenditure, they can reduce this budgeted sale, they can increase this budgeted expenditure, so that this variances, they can reduce this variances and increase their performance in order to get high incentive. And if manager follow this practice, means reducing the budgeted sale increases the budgeted expenditure, which is not a good practice, will introduce budget slack. This is a budget slack. It's a budget slack. ठीक है? So I hope this is clear to all of you. I hope this is clear to all of you, what we have discussed here. I hope it is clear to all of you. Wait. I hope this picture is clear. I want to show this picture so that you can understand how they introduce the budget slack, how the manager, they introduce budget slack. See, budget slack means deliberately this manager, in order to reduce the variances, okay, in order to reduce the variances and increase the performance, financial performance, in order to get higher incentive, in order to reduce this variances, what they do, they either they reduce the budgeted sale or they increase the budgeted expenditure. Okay, either they reduce the budgeted sale or they increase the budgeted expenditure. So underestimation of the budgeted revenue or overestimation of the budgeted expenditure, reduce this budgeted sale, increase this budgeted expenditure in order to, improve the performance of the financial performance of the business organization. Okay, since it is difficult to increase the actual sale and it is difficult to reduce the actual expenditure, okay, it is difficult to achieve, increase the actual sale and reduce the actual expenditure, it is difficult to achieve. So they deliberately reduce the budgeted sale and they deliberately increase the budgeted expenditure, because of which this budget slack arises in the organization. Okay, and why they do? In order to improve this variance, in order to improve their financial performance, in order to get high incentive and bonus and whatever, high incentive, high appraisal. For that they do deliberately, which is a wrong practice, not a good practice. What happened in budgetary slack, you can see this image. This image clarifies you what actually happens in budgetary slack. This will clarify you what actually happened in budgetary slack. This will help you to understand what actually happened in budget slack. Tell me it is clear or not. Quickly. It is clear? Any doubt? So you can see here we have a manager. Okay, we have a manager at this place. Picture is clear? I'm unmute. Okay. So you can see here we have a manager at this place and we prepare a budget. Okay, in this budget, actual budget sale should be this. This should be the budgeted sale. Okay, but manager deliberately show the budget sale less. Okay, so this difference is a budgetary slack. This difference, the actual budget sale should be this, but manager deliberately reduce this budgeted slack. Sorry, manager deliberately reduce this budgeted sale. So this difference, the actual budget sale and the reduced budgeted sale by the manager deliberately, this difference is called budget slack, which is not a good practice. But since the manager is preparing the budget, for example, I'm the manager, I'm preparing the budget, I have to analyze the situation, I have to find the variances. So it's in my hand, I can reduce the budgets, I can introduce the budget slack, it's my hand, I can reduce the budget sale, I can increase my budgeted expenditure, it's in my hand. Okay, it's in hand of manager, they can do this, which is not a good practice, which is actually not a good practice, but they can do this. It is in their hand. Okay, it is in their hand, sorry. Okay, so in this way, budget slack is introduced in, in any organization. Okay, so which is generally not a good practice. Okay, I hope the concept is clear to all of you. This concept of budget slack is clear to all of you. Okay, this topic I want to tell you, I will cover this later on, but yes, this topic. Beyond budgeting, we will take this concept of beyond budgeting in next session. Okay. So actually, I want to take a break. Tell me quickly, you want a break? See, this is a very important topic, but I don't want you to go. Okay, it's a very important topic. So I want all of you to understand this topic well. But I want a break. So can I take a break? Tell me. If you will allow me to take break, then I'll go for a break. Otherwise, we will continue. Tell me quickly, can I take a break? Since we are studying this theory, so obviously you also need a break. Okay, I'm taking a break of 5 minutes. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, let's take a break. Okay, then we will be back. And I want all of you to back again because it's a very important topic. The topic which we will cover is a very important topic. So, break. 5 minutes. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, I'm live. Okay, let's start. The next topic we have with us. Let us start the next topic. Okay. Now, this is the topic which you have in your book. You can write it in your book. Please, I expect all of you to make a note of these, the topic which we are discussing here. Okay, so we have a topic, and the name of the topic is participation in budget setting process. So we have this topic, participation in budget setting process. Okay. So there are two main approaches to set the budget. Okay. The two main approaches, top-up approach, top-down approach, and bottom-up approach. Okay. So top-down approach, one approach is top-down approach. Top-down approach. We call it as top-down approach. We call it as a impose style approach. No, generally, see, this is a traditional costing. We have already discussed the topic which we are discussing here is related to traditional. Okay, budgetary control. And in next session, we will study about beyond budgeting. So obviously in beyond budgeting, we will first study the limitation of whatever we are studying here. And the first limitation is, I'm already telling you here that we have a hierarchy structure at this place, which is actually not a good system. Centralized system, hierarchy system is not a good system. Instead, we need a teamwork. Okay, for the organization. So here you can see here what is top-down budget impose style. You can see the image I have at this place. Impose style approach means the person, those who are sitting at the top level, the director, the director, the president, the chairman, the person, those who are sitting at the top level of the management, they prepare the budget and they impose the budget on the people, those who are actually working here, operational level. Okay, operational level. So without considering their thoughts, without considering they think, see, the people, those who are actually working with the machines, or the people, those who are actually working, they can advise you in a better way to prepare a budget. Instead, though, the people, those who are sitting in the top management, है ना? So we have two style of budget. One is top-down approach. Top-down approach, in case of top-down approach, the upper management, this the person, director, okay, or the president, or this chairman, those who are sitting in the top level of the management, they prepare the budget and they impose this budget on the people, those who are actually working in this operation level, those who are actually working with the machines. Okay? They impose the budget on them, operation level. Yeah, so this is what actually happened in top-down approach, in impose style approach. Okay? While what is bottom-up approach? Participative style approach. Write the meaning of bottom-up approach. It is a participative style approach. Participative. From the name, it is clear that everyone is participating in the budget. है ना? Participative budget means everyone is participating in the budget. So this impose style approach means the first budget, or the top-down approach. This budget is prepared by the top level of the management. This budget one. While the second budget, this participative budget, is prepared by the people, those who are actually working. Okay? They prepare the budget. Now let us understand. Okay? First, impose style budget. ठीक है. Under this imposed style budget or the top down budget, senior management, they prepare the budget of the company. ठीक है. The people, those who are sitting in the top level of the management, they prepare the budget. ठीक है. Then they allocate the amount of the individual department of the organization, those who are actually working. ठीक है. Though they take their suggestion, but they prepare the budget. ठीक है. So this budget is prepared centrally, and this department manager, those who are actually working here, they have little influence on setting the targets which they set here in imposed style budget. ठीक है. Now, benefit of this budget can be prepared. See, the benefit of this budget is can be produced quickly. ठीक है. And it require less management. ठीक है. This budget can be prepared. See, the top management is preparing the budget without considering the people, those who are actually working. ठीक है. So since the budget is prepared here, they can prepare it quickly and not much involvement of the people, those who are actually working, the management, those who are actually working. ठीक है. And hence there is risk of inaccuracy of the budget. Since see, they are not seeing the ground level, the ground reality of the organization. Who knows the ground reality? The people, those who are actually working. ठीक है. The people, those who are actually working, knows the ground reality. So obviously, see the people, those who are actually working with the machines, those people, those who are actually providing the services, है ना, they know the ground reality. So if you are preparing the budget, please participate, please involve them. In case if you are not involving them, it is a imposed style budget. ठीक है. And if you are not involving the people, those who are actually working here, then the chances of the error, inaccuracy of the budget will arise. ठीक है. The chances of inaccuracy will arise here. So this is top-down budget. Now let us understand what is bottom-up approach, participative style approach. Now in case of bottom-up approach, see, this is my organization, this is my top level management, the people, those who are sitting here is top level management, this is my top level management, and this is my operational level management. So bottom-up approach is an alternative of, it is a reverse of whatever you have studied in top-down approach. It's a, alternative of top-down approach. ठीक है. So instead of senior manager, the people sitting here, instead of these people, ठीक है, the people who actually work with the machines, they prepare the budget. ठीक है. The people, those who actually work with the machine, or those who actually provided the services, they prepare the budget and they send it to the top level management for their approval. ठीक है. So after that, this management, this top level management, they consider the budget and they may revise it, and this may send it again to them, and then they may receive it again and they may confirm it. Okay, this budget is good now. Okay. So in this way, the budget prepared at this place is a master budget. Okay. It's a master budget. The budget you prepare in this way is a master budget. I hope the concept related to top-down approach and bottom-up approach, this is clear to all of you. ठीक है. Participative budget, this is clear to all of you. ठीक है. This operation level manager, they prepare the budget. Those who are actually working with the machine, they prepare the budget and they send this budget to the senior level management. Senior level management, they review the budget and they see whether it require any kind of changes. Then the senior level management, they propose the changes, then the operational level manager, they again review it, and then they again send their suggestion to the top level management, and accordingly you can see everyone is participating in this budget. The senior level management is participating in this budget, the operational level manager people, those who are actually working with the machine, everyone is participating in this budget. And so the name of this bottom up approach is also known as participative style approach. Now can you tell me which approach is better? Which approach is better? Participative approach is better, or which approach is better according to you? This bottom up approach or top down approach? Why is this top down approach? Because top to down, from top level to downward, this budget is prepared. And why bottom up approach? From bottom to upward, means operational level to top level, bottom to up. This way, in this way, this budget is prepared. So in this way you can learn it. Okay, which budget is prepared? Can you tell me? Bottom up approach or top down approach? Which is better? Very nice. Very nice. See, no. Okay, Hema is saying that, ma'am, top down budget can avoid budget slack. Okay. So we have studied that the management should not involve in practice of introducing budget slack. So Hema is saying, she's saying that, ma'am, top down approach means this approach is good because in this case, budget slack can be avoided. Are you listening? See what Hema is saying, this top down budget, in this case, this case will help you to avoid budget slack. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. Hema is saying that, ma'am, top down approach is better because in this way, this will help you to avoid budget slack. Now tell me whether she is correct or not. Budget slack. Tell me if she is correct or not. Please tell me if she is correct or not. See, Hema, you are not correct. Why? Because you can see here that only top level management is involved in preparing the budget. So obviously, in this case, it is not the situation of avoiding the budget slack. Since the top management level alone is involved in preparing the budget, the chances of introduction of budget slack will increase. Okay? So in case of top down budget or imposed style approach, chances of introduction of budget slack will increase. And that is why this approach, top down budget or imposed style approach, is not a good approach. Okay? And see here, since it is good, this approach is comparatively good. Why? Because everyone is involved. You can see here, operation level manager, the manager, those who are actually working with the machine, and the senior level manager, they all are involved. See, first this operation level manager will prepare the budget, but budget is not approved yet. This budget will go to senior level management and he will review it and he will give suggestion to operation level management. Then again, they revise the budget, then again it will reach to top level management and then it will approve finally. So you can see here, all the people, all the manager, the top level manager, the operation level manager, everyone is involved in preparing this kind of budget. So introduction of budget slack is very less. Chances of introduction of budget slack is very less at this place. Okay. And also, since you can see here that everyone is involved here, so this is a good approach. This is a good approach of preparing the budget. I hope it is clear to all of you. I hope the concept is clear to all of you. Please tell me the concept is clear. Tell me in case if you have any doubt related to, see, it is very important concept. Question may come from this topic also. One topic, feed forward and feedback control was important, and the second topic, this participation budget, is equally important. And yes, the exam question has come in examination related to this, in revision test paper related to this. So that is why I expect all of you to understand this topic well. ठीक है, understand this topic well, ठीक है, and after completing this we will take the questions we have related to this topic. Okay, now they are asking which approach is best, top up approach or bottom up approach. You have not given me the answer. I received the answer from Hema, but the answer of Hema was not correct. So can you tell me again which approach is better and why? See, many of the researchers have recommended that this bottom-up approach or participative budget is a good method. See, this is what I have told you. This approach is good method. Why? Everyone is involved in this budget. The people, those who are actually working, as well as the senior manager, everyone is involved in preparing this budget. Okay? First, budget is prepared by the operational level. Then it is reviewed by the senior manager, then it is again go here, then it go and approved here. So in this way everyone is involved in this budget. Okay, so I think this method is better, है ना? And the chances of introduction of budget slack is less at this class. For example, in case if the budget slack is introduced by the operational level manager, so it is not approved yet, the senior level manager will see it, and in case if there is any budget slack, he can identify that this is a budget slack, you should improve it. So in this way, in case if there is any budget slack, it can be identified by the senior manager and accordingly it can be improved. ठीक है जी? However, it is not the solution of all problems. Okay, and for that we need to understand beyond budgeting there are a lot of limitation of using this budgetary control. ठीक है? Okay, now we have some reason why this participative budget is good. We have some reason, let us discuss them. See, if only top management level will involve in preparing the budget, then that will become very authoritarian. You can see, authoritarian is not good for the business organization. We need everyone's involvement. We need everyone's suggestion. है ना? ठीक है, we should not be like nobody is correct, only I am correct and not other people are not correct. ठीक है, we should not think like this. ठीक है, we should consider the viewpoint of everyone. ठीक है, so manager are more highly authoritarian in case if you consider only the top up approach, the budget is prepared by the top management only. ठीक है, in that case that budget will be more authoritarian. Instead, if the bottom up approach is followed, in that case everyone is involved, so there is no authority of a single person, है ना, which is a good thing. ठीक है, okay, workstation. In case if you follow this bottom up approach, participative approach is a highly programmed, it is not good where, see, this bottom up approach or participative approach is not good where the entire organization, they are producing the goods with the use of robot or complete technology or artificial intelligence or augmented reality. ठीक है, highly programmed, using highly advanced technology. In that case we don't need to apply these budgeting and all. ठीक है, we don't need to do these budgeting. ठीक है, ठीक है, so for them it is, we don't need it. Similarly, locus of control, for those individuals who feel they have low degree of control over their destiny, and for them also this is not good. ठीक है, where the job difficulty is low, it is not good. And in case of centralization organization, it is not good. Okay. If you want to apply this participative budget approach, you need a decentralized organization, means a teamwork. Everyone should involve in preparing the budget. Okay. Limitation of this, see, we have consider why we should consider this budget, this participative budget. Now, what are the limitation of this participative budget? What are the limitation of participative budget? In case if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Yeah, see, manager, okay, there is a doubt from Hema. We have studied that the manager making their number to get appraisal. But yes, since if only one person is involved in preparing the budget, obviously he can do the manipulation. है ना? But in case if many people are involved, many people, like the people, the managers, all the managers, those who are actually doing the production, as well as the senior manager, everyone is involved. In that case, the chances of manipulation will be reduced. है ना? See, in case if you are doing the work, you can do the manipulation. But in case if your mom is involved in your work, in case your father is involved, in case if your teachers are involved, then in that case, it is very difficult for you to do the manipulation. Same way, in case if only the operational level manager are involved, it is easy for them to do manipulation. But in case along with the operational level manager, if the senior management is also involved, in that case, chances of introduction of manipulation will be reduced. Okay. Okay. Now, what are the limitation of participative approach? What are the limitation? We have the following limitation, where personality characteristics of the part. See, personality of the people, of the characteristics in this may limit the benefit of participation. है ना? Personality means manager may have different expertise, knowledge, skills. So their knowledge, skill, ठीक है, and their expertise may affect the budget. ठीक है? So personality characteristics may affect the participation of the budget. ठीक है? Where a process is highly programmed, ठीक है, you are using the robots, highly advanced technology, in that case also it will not help us. Okay. In case if we have a clear picture of input and output, in that case also it will not going to help you. You know that how much input you are using and what is the output. In that case also, budget will not help us. Okay. Where participation by itself is not adequate, okay, where teamwork, everyone's involvement is not adequate, then we don't need to consider this top-down approach or participative budget. Okay. Okay. Or where a firm has large number of homogeneous unit in and operating in a stable environment. If we have a large homogeneous one kind of units everywhere, okay, and they have stable environment, in that case also this will not going to help you. Okay. So these are some points. Okay. Now I want all of you to do a question related to this topic. ठीक है, we have a question related to this topic. And I want all of you to read this. In case if you have doubt anywhere, you want me to revise anything, you can ask me. Okay, I'm giving you time. Read this question and give me the answer which you can give me. Okay, I'm waiting for you. Read it. Read this question. Read this question. Tell me if you have done the reading and try to give me the answer. Please tell me quickly if you have done the reading of this question. Read it and tell me if you have done the reading of this question. Quickly. Quickly tell me, shall we discuss this question? Quickly tell me yes or no. Okay, now let us understand this question. This question is from participative budget. You can see it is written here. It is related to participative budget. Now let us read this question. Let us try to understand this question. Okay. SPM, it's a company. SPM is a company. SPM is a company, a leading school of management. It's a company. It's a leading. This company is a SPM is an organization which is a leading school of management. Okay, and in the heart of India's financial center of Mumbai. So this SPM school of management is in Mumbai. Okay, and they are preparing a budget for the year 2020. Okay, so it's a school of management. It's a leading school of management. SPM is a leading school of management. Okay, and they have given you the budget for 2020. Okay, in previous year, the director of the school has prepared the budget without the participation of the senior staff. So in previous year, see, they are talking about 2020. Okay, 2020. In previous year, they have prepared the budget without the involvement of senior staff and presented. See, this is the point. I want to discuss this point. Without involvement of senior staff, in that case, chances of introduction of budget slack may increase. Okay. See, you are working. Okay. you student are working and you have not involved your parents, you have not involved your teachers, in that case chances of manipulation may increase. Similarly, in case if you have not involved the senior staff, the chances of manipulation, budget slack may increase. Okay. So while you are preparing the budget participation, while you are preparing this budget, you have prepared this budget without participation of the senior management. Okay. Okay. And you have prepared this budget and you have sent this budget for the approval of the board. Okay. You have sent it to the board for its approval. Last year, the SPM board blasted the director over the lack of participation of senior staff. Now the director, he is angry and he is saying that, see, in budgets, involvement, participation of the senior management is important. Okay? And therefore he was angry for that. Okay? So he blasted that why the senior management is not involved in previous year 2019 budget. Okay? And request that 2020 budget of the senior staff. Now they are requesting this year budget, 2020 budget, where when you will prepare the budget for 2020, the senior management, senior staff involvement is now important. Involve them. Okay. Now what is the requirement of the question? List. See the verb. This is the lowest level verb. Remember, we have studied about it. We have 3 kind of verb in examination. Okay, you can see we have 3 level verb. This first is the lowest level verb, and we have this lowest level verb where the direct, you have to write the answer directly. Okay, if verb of lowest level will come, you have to write the answer directly. You can see the answer is written directly. What is the question? List the potential advantage and disadvantage. You just have to write. You have to prepare a list of the advantage and the disadvantage of involving the senior management in the preparation of the budget process. You can see this question is a direct question. Okay? Involvement of the senior management in the preparation of budget. You have to list the point. Why? What are the advantage if you will include the senior staff in while preparing the budget? What are the advantage? Okay. Similarly, what are the disadvantage that if you will involve the senior staff while preparing the budget? Okay. So you have to write it. Now you can see the verb here mentioned is list. List is the lowest level verb. And remember, very few questions will come from the lowest level verb in examination. Okay. Okay. So now, what are the advantage? Can you tell me the advantage if we will include the senior staff, and the disadvantage if we will include the senior staff? Can you tell me the advantage and disadvantages? Okay, now let us see what are the advantage and what are the disadvantage of these budgets. Of involvement of senior management during the preparation of these budget. Okay, what are the advantage if you will involve the senior management? See, the senior staff may agree to the concept of the target because they would take ownership of it. Okay, senior, obviously the senior staff will take as ownership. Okay, this is the advantage. Okay, senior staff, what result can be achieved and what cost? They understand it better. Okay, the senior staff understand it better that what result you may achieve, okay, while setting the budget, and what are the cost. Okay, senior management understand it in better way. Okay. Okay. For example, senior manager, they know that for each course in the organization, like if you have a course for BBA, okay, if you have a course for BCA, okay, BCA, ठीक है? So the senior manager, they feel that the senior manager knows better about the courses, the fees of these courses, the cost of these courses. The senior manager knows it well, ठीक है? Also, if in case if there is any unrealistic goal, they cannot blame it someone. See, if the senior management is itself involved, they cannot say that this goal is unrealistic. They will set such goal which is possible to achieve. Okay, they will not set any goal which is not possible to achieve. So they can't say, they can't blame anyone. Okay, so if you will involve them, uh, then they cannot blame it that it is unrealistic goal. Okay, and the people can't excuse themselves that it is not easy to achieve it, it is impossible to achieve this goal. Okay, they cannot uh, they cannot give such excuses. Okay, now senior staff would feel that they are being appreciated for the value that their experience bring to the running of the management school. Okay, since you know that the senior management, if a person is in senior management place, obviously he has more experience as compared to the other people, those who are working. Okay, so he, since he has more experience, so he can help you to prepare the budget in a better way. Okay, and senior manager can discuss the organizational issues in a better way. He knows everything about the organization, so he can discuss the organizational issues in a better way. So in this way, everything can help you in preparing the budget. Okay, this all will help you in preparation of the budget. Okay, next is, what are the disadvantage of including uh, this senior management? Senior staff may be excellent academically, but could not see. Uh, actual people are working here. Okay, they know the ground reality. Okay, so they are saying that just these the people, those who are sitting at the top level management, they're academically people are good. Okay, but it might be possible they don't know the ground reality, the practical knowledge they don't have. ठीक है, and it might be possible that they spend some of the time in arguing with each other about some topic. They may argue with each other. So these are all disadvantage of involving the senior management while preparing the budget. ठीक है? In case if you have any doubt, please ask me. See, this chapter is a very small chapter. In the next session also, we have very few topic to cover. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can ask me. We have very few topic in next session also, we have very few topic to discuss, and it might be possible that I'll take some other topic or some other question to discuss, because I think it will not take much time to discuss this topic also. Okay, it will hardly take 1.5 hours to complete this topic beyond budgeting. Okay, so in case if we will have time, you can ask me question from other chapter also. Okay, like we have some question from decision making to discuss, we can discuss some question from other chapter also. Okay, if we will have some time. Okay, in case if you have any doubt, you can ask me. In case if you have, see, you are not asking me any doubt, I don't know whether you are understanding this concept or not. Please ask me doubt. If you have any doubt, please ask me doubt. In case if you people have any doubt, please ask me. If you have any doubt, please ask me quickly. In case if you have any doubt, please ask me. Please ask me if you have any doubt. Concept is clear or not? Please tell me. The concept which we have discussed is all clear. The concept which we have discussed is all clear or not? Please tell me. Okay, let me discuss this topic also. In case if you don't have any doubt, let me these two topic also. Okay. Okay. Now, effect of the budget difficulty on performance. There are many potential difficulties. What are these difficulties? Let us discuss them one by one. Budget have no motivational effect. See, these budget have no motivational effect unless they are accepted by the managers involved in their own personal targets. ठीक है, manager, unless the manager will get incentive bonus, they will not get motivated, है ना? So these budget will have no motivational effect unless the manager, those who are setting the budget and those who are actually working for these budget will get incentive or bonus. ठीक है? So this is one of the difficulty related to this budget. Then up to the point where the budget is no longer accepted, that is the more demanding target, the better the result achieved. See, obviously our organization want to have the highest actual sale. We want to have the lowest actual expenditure. Okay, so up to the point where the budget has no longer accepted the highest sale, the actual lowest expenditure. Okay, the highest target, this can be the highest target. And see, the highest target is not acceptable by the manager because for them it will be very difficult to achieve the highest target. Okay, why it is difficult for them? In that case, if you set the highest target, highest sale, then it might be possible they will not achieve that, and if they will not achieve that, then it will affect their incentive and bonus. Okay, and that is the point where where you keep the target high, means the actual sale high, the actual expenditure the lowest, that is not acceptable to the manager because that will reduce the incentive of the manager. So this is again a difficulty for us. Okay, we cannot set the highest target, demanding target. Instead, the more highest highest demanding target you will keep for the organization, the better it is for the organization, you know. But manager, they don't want to have this highest target, they avoid it. Okay, and see, if you keep the demanding budget, okay, having the highest target, okay, that will be more relevant for us. Okay, if you keep the target sale high, target actual sale high, target actual expenditure lowest, that is a good budget. But negative attitude is related to that. Okay, manager, they will not agree with that. Okay, so the negative attitude of the manager will be linked to that. Okay, it's a difficulty for us. Okay, it's a difficult situation for us while setting the budget. Okay. Also, acceptance of budget is facilitated when good upward communication exists. See, communication between the managers is also very important while preparing an acceptance of the budget. And you can see in case of top down and bottom up approach. See, in case of top down approach, top management is forcing the budget on the people of the organization, okay, operational level of the organization. While bottom up approach, operational level management is preparing the budget and they are sending it to the top level management. So you can see everyone's involvement is important, and good communication between everyone is also necessary at this place. Okay, so departmental meeting is important, encouragement of everyone is involvement of everyone, encouragement of everyone, communication between everyone is important. Again, which is a difficult situation because we need a teamwork for that, and we don't discuss anything related to teamwork at this place, है ना? Okay, then managers' reaction to the budget target are found affected by their own personality, culture, and organizational norm. See, everyone's personality is different. Everyone's own values is different. Own culture is different. We all are different personality. We all people are different personality. We are not the same kind of people. So manager reaction on the target, if you are setting the high target for the manager, some of the manager will be happy, yes, I will achieve this for my organization, and some will be sad, oh, for this it might be possible if I will not achieve this, I will lose my incentive, okay, I will lose my appraisal, okay. So in that case he will argue, no, it is not possible to achieve this target, okay. So see, they're saying that setting the budgeted target, it depends on the personality of the managers, their culture and organizational norms, okay, in which you are working. It depends on all these things, which is again a very difficult situation to consider, okay. So I hope the topic is clear to all of you. In case if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so you don't have any doubt. I think let us finish this session. We have the second session, which is related to beyond budgeting, again a small concept to cover. And in case if you have any doubt related to some other topic, you can message me. I will read all the message. In case if you want to ask me the question related to 1, 2, 3 chapter, the chapter which I have covered, any of the question numerical you want to cover, you can ask me. We can cover it in next session because we have enough time. So you can ask me to cover any topic which you want me to cover in next session. Okay. Otherwise, we will complete beyond budgeting in next session, and we have some questions related to that. We will cover those questions in next session. Okay. Okay. So with this, I want to finish the session, and good night. Take care. Bye bye.